10 red flags a person does not want marriage, or at least life commitment and true love. So if they want polyamory or multiple people, or they don't want to wait until marriage to use intimacy to attach and connect to someone, then that means that one person is not attractive enough mentally and physically for them. It must mean that they they want too much. And they're not thinking of it in terms of going through life together with someone. They're thinking about it as like how much pleasure they can get out of it. Number two, if they don't have a list made up of who they are, what they want, and who who their spouse should be, that's a red flag. Usage of ambiguous language, such as saying that, oh, I want a soulmate or a boyfriend, girlfriend, I want to be in a relationship, I want to date someone, I want a significant other, a partner. These words may imply true love, but I don't think they do justice to the terms either marriage, husband, wife, or life commitment, like life partner. The term partner just sounds too businesslike. Number four, if they talk about, continue to talk about, even if they're, say, looking at, you know, they're thinking about prospective people to marry, and they say, oh, they wish they were more successful with women, quote unquote, suggesting that they feel like they still need to conquer or dominate women. You only have to be successful with one woman, and that is the only success, a marriage to one. Everything else is convoluted and unloving and disrespectful towards your fellow man's sisters and daughters and future wives. Why would you want more than one? Number five, they say that you need to get someone, quote unquote. This implies seduction and or manipulation. And why would you use the term get to someone who you would want to be in your life because they want to be in there voluntarily? It should be a natural thing where it's not forced. It's, you have enough in common to where you can walk together in a journey of life. Somebody similar to you in the ways that count, not necessarily ethnicity and stuff like that, but in the name of having the same values. So, number seven, number six. So marriage traditionally was designed to pass on resources to future generations, right? And it should be used to pass on resources and money to people who have the same values as you. Often that's going to be biological relatives, but sometimes that it won't be. But having a wanting to create a will and wanting to create a prenuptial agreement is actually showing that you love the person, because it's showing that, hey, these are the terms that I am absolutely for, otherwise I don't want to be in this marriage. And also I don't want that person to feel like they're got to stay in the marriage because they need some type of money or whatever it is. There's an escape clause created just to show that how much you love each other. Okay, number seven, being realistic about what it takes to get married, and estimating like how much time is it going to take you to make a plan for that. Because a lot of people will say, oh, I've got plenty of time, or they'll say, oh, I don't know when it's going to happen. if I'll try to let it happen. No, be scientific. Be like, okay, maybe in 3 years I can have X amount of money saved up to start a family, or maybe in a year it'll take about a year to do some self development and maybe get up to a certain level of health and exercise and get my life aligned. Be realistic, and anything that interferes with that is a distraction. Any intimate relationship, why would you want to attach yourself to somebody else while you're preparing for your spouse? It's actually cheating on your spouse. And number 8, any man or woman trying to be overly friendly with the opposite gender, this is showing that they're only partially interested in various different people, and you're not really looking for a spouse. Number 9, acting like it's better to be intimately attaching yourself to someone who is not your spouse. That's better than being alone. Being alone is the where you have the space to be authentic, to analyze yourself and make sure that, hey, I know myself, I know what I want, and therefore I love myself. That puts me in the vibration of love, the frequency of love that I have within myself. And with the right person, I can share that frequency because we're harmonized, because we're doing the same things and loving the same things, and having the same values, and so we can move forward together in an authentic synchronistic vibration. You can feel that. 11, people might say that stuff like, this is another red flag. People might say that, oh, all this study and all this hard work is excessive, or it's a joke. And ask them, well, what do you think the likelihood is that you'll have a happy, successful marriage? And are you actually considering it to be what it is, the biggest decision of your life? Are you treating it accordingly? Are you studying for it? Are you looking at the complexities of it if it's such a fundamental thing? So I'm going to give you more red flags. That was already 11, but let's get into 12. So let's see if I got 12. Red flag is that they want to not try to play the roles of masculine and feminine, whatever it is, whether it's man and wife, or different forms of, like the alternative lifestyles. If you're gonna form a union, it should be based upon trying to play out some levels of masculine and feminine, where at least in a heteronormative, right, you have women that would prefer to be in their feminine and be a follower, even if they're not willing to admit it. They want a man who is in control of his life, and isn't swayed by like her body trying to influence him, but rather he's like on his purpose. He's following whatever his religion is. He's so and this goes with the same idea. Red flag number 13, not realizing that women have a lot of hormonal challenges, emotions, and it's harder to be logical if you have this mind that's meant to nurture and tolerate young kids and everything. And the reality is, through all the imperfections of it all, it's a red flag if you don't realize that people are dysfunctional intimately except for the flower.